30 days, everyone in the country is trying to murder me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Net Movies. November 2025 is unleashing a cinematic storm with 8 brand new films you simply can't miss. From pulse-pounding action and mind-blowing sci-fi to legendary superhero clashes and dark fantasy horror, this lineup is stacked with non-stop thrillers that'll leave you breathless. Whether you're after bold stories, next-level visuals, or just unforgettable movie moments, these are the must-watch movies of November. Now let's start the video. Number 8. Frankenstein.
Then I will indulge in rage.
The 2025 film Frankenstein is a science fiction gothic horror directed by Guillermo del Toro, based on Mary Shelley's classic novel. The film follows Victor Frankenstein, a brilliant scientist played by Oscar Isaac, who creates a being from dead body parts using advanced technology. However, the creature, played by Jacob Elordi, rebels against its creator, leading to a series of tragic events. The story explores themes of identity, acceptance, and the dangers of playing God. The film explores not just the act of creation, but the aftermath: identity, abandonment, and the cost of ambition. It eschews a simple monster horror story in favor of a gothic, character-driven epic. Number 7. Eternity.
We were together a week ago.
Well, a lot has happened in a week. You died, I died, I just been reunited with both of my dead husbands, and I have to pick where to spend eternity.
Eternity is a romantic fantasy film directed by David Frine, set in an afterlife where souls have 1 week to decide where to spend eternity. The story follows Joan, played by Elizabeth Olsen, who is torn between 2 loves: Luke, her first love who died young, played by Callum Turner, and Larry, the man she built a life with, played by Miles Teller. As Joan navigates this emotional dilemma, the film explores themes of love, loss, and memory. The film's premise offers a fresh take on the afterlife, with a junction where souls decide their eternal fate. Overall, Eternity is a thought-provoking and emotionally resonant film that explores the complexities of love and human connection. Number 6. Predator, Badlands. Predator, Badlands is a 2025 science fiction action film directed by Dan Trachtenberg, set on the Predator's home planet, Kalisk. The story follows Dek, a young Predator outcast, played by Demetrius Schuster Koloamatangi, who embarks on a treacherous journey to prove himself by hunting the ultimate adversary, a massive kaiju-sized alien creature. Dek forms an unlikely alliance with Thea, a Weyland-Yutani synthetic played by Elle Fanning, who helps him navigate the hostile environment and confront various threats, including rogue predators and deadly creatures. Overall, Predator, Badlands is a bold reimagining of the Predator mythos that will appeal to viewers open to change and evolution in a franchise. It leans more into science fiction, alien culture, and existential stakes than pure survival horror. Number 5. Keeper.
I want to go back to before.
The 2025 film Keeper is a surrealist horror movie directed by Osgood Perkins, starring Tatiana Maslany and Rossif Sutherland. Keeper follows a couple, Liz, played by Tatiana Maslany, and Malcolm, played by Rossif Sutherland, who retreat to a remote cabin for a romantic anniversary getaway. When Malcolm unexpectedly returns to the city, Liz is left alone and soon begins experiencing a sinister presence in the cabin, an unspeakable evil that gradually reveals the property's haunting secrets. The film plays with relationship dynamics, isolation, and the psychological unraveling of the characters within a single location horror setup. Keeper looks like a strong entry for viewers who appreciate horror with psychological weight, relationship tension, and haunting atmosphere rather than pure fright fest. If Perkins delivers on his promise of unsettling, layered horror, the film could be quite memorable. Number 4. Wicked, for Good.
You can wave that wand all you want, but you have no real power.
Wicked, for Good is a 2025 musical fantasy film directed by John M. Chu and starring Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Ariana Grande as Glinda. The film is the second part of a 2-part adaptation of the Broadway musical Wicked and picks up where the first film left off. The story follows Elphaba, now known as the Wicked Witch of the West, as she continues her fight for animal rights and against the wizard's regime. Meanwhile, Glinda has become a public figure, known as Glinda the Good, and is watched over by the wizard and Madame Morrible. As their paths diverge, they're forced to confront their past and the consequences of their choices. The film features iconic characters from The Wizard of Oz, including Dorothy Gale, and explores themes of identity, friendship, and the gray areas between good and evil. Wicked for Good appears to be shaping up as a bold and ambitious conclusion to the Wicked film saga, one that aims to be emotionally resonant, musically exhilarating, and visually rich. Number 3. Nuremberg.
You are standing inside a secret military prison. It houses what's left of the Nazi high command. Hey!
Never do that in my prison again.
Nuremberg is a 2025 historical drama film directed by James Vanderbilt, based on the 2013 book The Nazi and the Psychiatrist by Jack L. High. The film tells the story of the Nuremberg trials through the perspective of Dr. Douglas Kelly, an American psychiatrist tasked with evaluating the mental fitness of high-ranking Nazi officials, including Hermann Goering, to stand trial. The story takes place just after World War II and centers on U.S. Army psychiatrist Douglas Kelly. He is tasked with assessing high-ranking Nazi war criminals, particularly Hermann Goering, played by Russell Crowe, to determine whether they are mentally fit to stand trial at the famous Nuremberg trials. There is strong thematic relevance. The film uses the historical setting to reflect on how power, propaganda, and moral responsibility resonate in the present day. Number 2. Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
We made some huge mistakes. We got sloppy, cocky.
Sorry, guys, that's really a bummer.
A bummer? I love the way your generation sums things up so eloquently.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't is an upcoming American heist film directed by Ruben Fleischer from a screenplay by Michael Leslie, the writing duo of Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese, and Seth Grahame-Smith, based on a story by Eric Warren Singer and Leslie. The franchise picks up with the original illusionist team, known as the Four Horsemen, Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Isla Fisher, and Dave Franco, reuniting after some time apart. They join forces with a new generation of magicians, including Justice Smith, Dominic Sessa, and Ariana Greenblatt, to pull off a massive heist, stealing the Heart Diamond from the powerful crime syndicate of Rosamund Pike's character, a diamond tycoon with ties to arms dealers and global corruption. Overall, Now You See Me, Now You Don't appears set to deliver what fans expect from the series: flashy illusions, slick production, and a big-scale heist with major twists. Number 1. The Running Man.
30 days, everyone in the country is trying to murder me.
The Running Man is a 2025 dystopian sci-fi thriller film directed by Edgar Wright, based on Stephen King's 1982 novel of the same name. The story takes place in a near-future society where the economy has collapsed and America has become a totalitarian state. Ben Richards, a desperate father played by Glenn Powell, participates in the deadly game show The Running Man to save his sick daughter. Contestants are hunted by professional assassins, and the last one standing wins a grand prize of $1 billion. Overall, The Running Man appears to be a compelling reboot of a cult dystopian story, one that leans into its source material's urgent critique of televised violence and social decay, while also positioning itself as a mainstream action thriller. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Net Movies for more recaps and analyses.